Good morning, all of you. Good morning, students. Welcome to Sod Edu channel for NTA Net Education. Today, we are going to discuss about very major topics on economics of education. This is comes under in Unit 2. In Unit 2, there is economics of education, politics of education, and history of education also there, but today we are going to discuss about the basic topics in economics of education. So all of you know about the concept of economics and the concept of education. So this is the concept of economics and concept of education. There is not, you can say, it is exclusive in each other. Both the economics and education are inclusive in each other. Okay, so whenever you are focusing the economics, the concept of economics is nothing. It is only focuses on it is only focuses on the study of production and consumption and distribution of resources. Okay, economics basically focuses on what it study the production. Okay, it study the production and consumption and distribution of resources. Basically resources, we have limited resources with us. Okay, so what economics actually does to how to conserve, how to consume these resources, and by using the resources, by judicious using of the resources, and it helps to how to distribute, how to manage the resources in an effective way. So another way, economics also, you can say economics is an action. Okay, it is an action refers to management of physical resources, that is called wealth. It means in financial sense, we can say in physical sense wealth. It may be in financial money, it may be in ground, it may be आपका जमीन भी हो सकता है. ओके, बिल्डिंग भी हो सकता है. बेसिकली इकोनॉमिक्स इट डील्स विद द मॉनेटरी टर्म, वी कैन से. So it deals with the wealth, how to manage, how to effective use, how to judicious use the resources in effective manner, by which our future generation can can helps can get help from these resources in their generation also. So economics is the study, you can say it is the study of wealth as well as welfare of the man and the nation. Okay, economics is the study of wealth. Study of wealth, I have also said, it is the study of wealth as well as welfare of the man and nation. For every action we need some wealth, we need some money. So economics, if we judicious use of this money, financial resources, it can help to for the welfare of the man and the nation. The nation can be developed, and the GDP and the GNP also develop, and the production and distribution also available to all the individual, and the job market also facilitated, and the illiteracy also eradicate from the society. Okay, so economics is the study of wealth as well as the, we can say, welfare of the man and the nation. Economic is the storehouse of human experience which are concerned with proper use and allocation of resources for achievement and maintain of growth and stability. It means the it is a storehouse of human experience. The experience individual in our, basically in our home, the mother mother can manage the resources in a very effective way, by which they can, the house is going in a smooth way. He can manage to all the individual in the house by judicious use of the wealth, you can say, in the monetary sense. So economics is all about the study of consumption and distribution of resources. For it helps to judicious use of resources. It helps for the future generation. The generation. It means for the wealth and prosperous life of the future generation. Okay, so when we focus this concept of education, all of our students are in this lecture, I think, from the education background, so they may have know about the what the concept of basically education. But from the economic point of view, you can say education as a present investment for the future earning. All of also know about education is not a expenditure. Okay, we are invest in present, and in future we can get a product. It means the human being, the human being raw human being become a skilled human person. It means that it develop a human capital, you can say. Capital, it means it doesn't sense in the monetary form, but it convert the raw human being into a skilled person. Okay, you can say it is a human capital. So education can transform raw human resources to skilled human capital. I have also said the education, what education actually does, education transform the raw human resources to skilled human capital, which is used for the national as well as the social development. Yes, obviously, if the human being become a skilled person, he is he is really helpful for the nation as well as the society also. Okay, society, from the society it develop a good adjustment person. It develops a better understanding among the student, among the individual, and it develops job opportunity, it develops cultural development also. All about the development can be achieved by the education. So if we focus in economic point of view, education is an investment, we can say, for the future earning. So according to Slush, a very eminent economist said, education is not merely a consumption activity. It is not a consumption activity. Suppose in today we are focusing some we are expend some money for our student, for our children, but that doesn't mean we are it is an expenditure the students are consumed. But in future, you can say it is an investment. We invest the education, we invest the money for the uh, earning, you can say, for get outcome a skilled human capital. Okay, it leads to formation of human capital. It formation of human capital, it means the human being become a skilled person, making a significant contribution to the economic growth means for the development of the GNP, GDP for the nation. If human being become a skill, he can become a entrepreneur. He can able to give job to other people. Obviously, in indirect way, it develops the GDP of the nation. So this is all about the economic concept of economics and the concept of education. So let's talk about the what is really meaning of economics of education. Both the term economics and education converge in each other. Before I am from the very beginning, I have also said economics and education, both the term is not exclusive each other. Both the term are inclusive, inclusive, inclusive. Okay, those countries who have developed nation, their educational literacy is very high. If you focus the America, USA, there is 90% of the peoples, 95% of the peoples are literate, they are educated, you can say. So by the way, their economic condition is also good. So in every nation, those who have country the better literacy, better education, the economic condition is very high, you can say they are become wealthy nation, developed nation. So economics and education similarly is a very inclusive term. So from converse both economics and education, it develops a term economics of education. Okay, So economics of education basically deals with the economic application of economical principle, concept, law to the process of education. Okay, economical principle, it means the principle of investment, principle of budgeting, principle of principle of budgeting, you can say, principle of budgeting, principle of tax system, okay, principle of the revenue system, concept, the economical concept, just like investment, we invest we invest education, we invest money for the get outcome in from the education. Okay, investment, expenditure, these are the concept used in the education. This concept comes from the economics. Okay, law, principle and the process, these all are concerned of the economics. So whenever the principle, law and the concept are used in the process of education, that is called as economics of education. And again I am saying the economics of education is helps to the decision maker or the stakeholder. Who are the stakeholder in the educational system? The stakeholder, it means the parents, the teacher and the administrative person, government, the student also, all are the stakeholder in the educational system. They can develop a decision and what type of resources they are best used for the you can say for best satisfy their unlimited wants for education. So human wants are unlimited. So if we are not judicious use of our resources in judicious manner, we cannot satisfy our although though we are satisfy our needs, our wants, but it is not a judicious way. So in future generation, that it may be hampers upon the future generation. So economics of education basically helps to the stakeholder of the education how to use the limited resources. We have the limited money, we have the limited ground, we have limited you can say infrastructure. So economics of education, it deals with how to use the limited resources, limited money in a constant time frame, a limited time frame. We can use these resources in an effective way. By the way, by the result we can get a very effective outcome from this. So economics education is deals basically in this field. So another way you can say economics of education analysis, how much to spend on each stage of education. Okay, economics of education, what it deals? It deals with how much of education, how much of money should spend in each stage of education. What to produce? It means that is what to produce. What we are going to produce. So how much money we have to spend in each aspect, in each field. How to provide educational service in a maximize its benefits to society. So if you only spend the money in every field, that doesn't mean you are get a better result. For this purpose, you have to choose in which way how to provide educational service. The educational service should be provided in a effective way that that can be helps to maximize the benefits to the society. So society and education both are interrelated to each other. If we are not producing, if we are not giving something to the society, so why we are living in the society? So that is the question. So how to produce education, how to produce, how it is benefited to the education, in which way we can provide the services, who should have access to each stage of education. So if we only provide money and in the way of provide the services, that doesn't mean we are satisfied the outcome. So for this purpose, you have to focus who should have access to each stage of education, who are the client to get the access to education, for whom is education is provided. Okay, so economics of education is deals all about the concept, what type of educational activities should have chosen, etc. It is deals with the economics of education. It deals with the economic of education. So basically, what are the scope, you can say the area of economics of education. If we focuses of area, economics of education basically first focus on the aims of education. What actually the aims of education? Education, there are basically four or three types of aim. Another way, there are many types of aim. In broadly you can say there is individual aim, social aim, and vocational aim, and the spiritual aim. In, you can say, individual aim, there is, in individual aim, there is we can say the biological standpoint, naturalistic standpoint, psychological standpoint, okay, the moral, the, you can say the progressive standpoint. So every needs from to with accordance the interest, with the psychological condition, with the naturalistic standpoint, we can fix our education system. The social aim, we can say social aim, the socialism, okay. So authority, to obey the authority, the how to transact the system, how to transact the society, have services to the individual in the educational system. Vocational aim, the vocational aims to make self sufficient, to make self sufficient to the individual, okay. The vocation, there are various vocational course, uh, etc. The cultural aim, also cultural, how to develop a cultural habit, so fooding, sheltering, and behave, etc. Spiritual aim also. This is all about the whenever the discuss about the economics of education. Economics of education basically focuses this area, aims of education, what actually the aims of education should be, and the importance of education. Economics of education give more importance to the education, and economic growth of the country is largely based on the educational development, okay. It is focusing on the how the education can helps initiate for the development of the country, okay. If we focuses on education only, the education can solve any problem. So economics of education, it focuses on how to provide a better economic growth for a country. That can be possible if we provide better education to our students. So economics education is deals with the economic growth of the country. It can be possible by educational development, okay. So economics of education also focuses on importance of education. And education as means, it is, it means economics looks after, it takes care on education as a means for produce personal good and good for the nation. It means economics of education deals with, it helps the individual to produce the personal goods. The personal goods means the goods which is used for the personal use. The human being become a self-sufficient and also produce some goods for the nation, produce some services for the society. So economics education is deals with the means, educational as a means. Educational as a means, it means by this means we can produce the goods and the services for the society, for the individual also. Education is an investment. The investment, it is a, comes under the term comes from the economics, you can say. So education is an investment because it gives return in the future, okay. So why we are investing? Because we are trying to get better outcome, better return in future. So economics education is deals with the as a in a investment way, okay. We are investing today, and in the future we are getting in a better human capital, okay. Education and economic status. Economic status of a person is determined by education. All over the world, you can also see have seen in your village, in your locality, those person who have educated, those person who have very highly educated, their economic condition is good. So similarly, in the country, those country was very educated, the literacy. You simply put your figure, put with the Kerala. Kerala is a state is a high literacy in our country. In that state, the economics and the living style and the standard of living of the people is very good. The state, the education system also good. The standard of the people and the standard of living of the people is very good. So here education and economics, you can say it's related to each other. Okay, in case of Kerala, similar way in all over the world this case is happening. Education and economic prosperity of the country directly proportional to the education development of the people. It means if the economics goes, if suppose, sorry, if the economics goes in upward motion, the education also goes in a upward motion. Okay, it is, you can say it is a direct proportional to each other. It means if the economics is goes in upward, education also goes in upward motion. Both are inclusive to each other. Okay, so major concept of economics of education, you can say in economics of education the concept like use, the education is an industry. Why is education is an industry? In economics term we can say in industrial city, etc. But education as a industry, it is a very surprising term in education sphere. Yes, still it is surprising, but is it very interesting? Education as an industry, it means because it produce skill human capital. Okay, for wealth generate, for nation development, for GDP growth. All the individual who have better education, better knowledge, better education, they can generate wealth, they can generate money for the development, for the growth, GDP growth of the nation. Obviously, suppose you can say, those person who have not money, who have not educated, they also generate money. Yes, they also then generate money, they also providing some wealth for the development of the nation, for the development of the GDP. But in most of the case, those people who have been educated, those people have some literacy, you can say, education also have them, they can generate their money in a very systematic way, you can say, in a judicious way. Okay, so education is an investment, it means because it entails cost to the in present and get return in the future. Why we are investing? Because we are focusing to rate of return, we are focusing to get the better result in future. As a return of the investment of education play a key role to eradicate unemployment, reduce crime, greater tax revenue, improve public health, greater political and civic engagement. Okay, as a rate of return, what we have achieved to eradicate unemployment, reduce crime. These are also rate of return. These are help for the society development, nation development, and also for the growth of the GDP of the nation. Also, the spillover effect. This is a one very basic, very important term in the economics of education. It means spillover effect. What does it mean? Spillover effect from education, that transfer individual gains into the social gain. Okay, individual gains into the social gain. The personal in the individual benefit of a good education have broad benefit for the society when improve human capital. The similar way, suppose we are investing today for the better education our children. In future they were becoming a IS officer, they are becoming a doctor, they are becoming a lawyer, they are becoming a good farmer, they are becoming a professor also. So in this way they can provide their service for the society also. So that when the raw human being, the individual gain transfer into the society, social gain, it means the individual also satisfy his needs and interests, and the he satisfies he wants, as well as he satisfies the wants of the society. and provide something for the society, for the betterment of the society. So this is all about the economics of education. Today we have discussed what we have discussed. Let's recap again. Economics, concept of economics of education, concept of economics, why, what is actually economics, what is actually the concept of education, how economics and education is interrelated, inclusive to each other, and the area in which area basically economics of education focuses, and the major concept actually using in the economics of education. I hope student you all have get some knowledge from this lecture. If you have any doubt and query from this lecture, you can ask to me, and I pretty sure I will make try to make to clarify your doubt, and put your comment and compliment in the comment box, by which I can develop my lecture in future. So thank you student, thank you all of you, be patient, be having with me. So for this session it is the end. Sorry, you can say in next session we will meet. So thank you.